Want to know what sucks about living in Toronto's West End? Well, then stick around. In today's video, I'll tell you my top 4 dislikes for living in Toronto's West End. Hey everyone, I'm Tamara Otchere, your family's trusted realtor, and I specialize in simplifying the real estate process for growing families in Toronto's West End. All right, so I've been living in Toronto's West End, more specifically Etobicoke, with my family for over 10 years. Before that, we lived just east of the border in Mississauga, but I also had family and friends that lived in Etobicoke. So my first and probably my biggest dislike of life here is the transit system. So currently the subway only goes as far west as Kipling Station. So if you look at the map of Etobicoke, it cuts off a large portion of the suburb. So if you live west of Kipling Avenue, you'll have to take the bus, and they don't run that often. I remember trying to time the subway ride when I was coming home from university downtown, and to make sure I caught the bus at the subway station to get home, because if I missed it, I'd have to wait an extra 20 minutes. So if you're relying on transit, you'll have to plan and time your journeys, or you'll be waiting a frustrating amount of time. Next is walkability. Toronto's West End, more specifically Etobicoke, was built around the car. So unless you're fortunate enough to live in one of the very few neighborhoods that has plenty within walking distance, like shops and restaurants, you'll need a car. It's just faster than transit. There are plenty of walking trails around, which is really nice about Etobicoke and the West End, but sometimes you need a car to get to them. My next is noise pollution. Depending on which neighborhood you live in, you'll have to deal with either being under the flight path of the airport, so you'll have planes flying above, or the noise from the highways. Although people tend to say they forget about the noise or the planes once they're living in the neighborhood, it can be quite annoying and frustrating on a weekend. Let's say you just want some quiet time outside. And lastly, small businesses. Unfortunately, there are very few independent cafes and restaurants and shops in Toronto's West End. While there are more popping up, which is great to see, big box stores do make up the majority of retailers here in the West End, so it can be difficult to find those one-of-a-kind pieces or one-of-a-kind shops. All right, those are my dislikes about living here in Toronto's West End. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. I know that moving to an area you don't know is never easy. Be sure to check out my other videos to learn more about all things real estate and community. Also, let me know down below in the comments if there's a topic you'd like me to cover. You will also find all of my contact information below, so if you're thinking of buying or selling in Toronto's West End, feel free to reach out.